Welcome everyone to the leaks and updates. Yes, here we go. New box, Future Horizon coming out. We don't have the release date, but we're gonna scroll down and I'm gonna review every card in this box. So first, the Ultra Rares, Tragodia. Now this was around in the TCG when I played. So this card does is when you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. Gain 600 attack and defense for each card in your hand. Once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the GUI. Then target one face-up monster your opponent controls with the same level as the sent monster had in hand. Take control of that face-up monster. Once per turn, target one monster in your GUI. This card's level becomes the same as that targets until the end of the turn. So, if your opponent attacks you mainly with weak monster, because we are in the OTK meta, you get to summon this. Now, much like Silent Magician, this will gain 600 attack. Well, Silent gains 500, but same concept. So it gains 600 for each card in your hand. So, if you have 4 cards in your hand, it'll be at 2400. 5, 3k. So that could be really useful to get this thing through a 3k beater. However, it is also as easy to kill. Alright, so this thing is really useful early game. Late game, it's going to kind of be suspect because your opponent's going to have big board already. Plus, a lot of beaters can get over 24. Dark Lords. Also, Dark Lords can sanctify this. So if they sanctify it, it'll go down to 0. So that's something you got to be careful of. Trying to think. So if you're running a synchro deck, you could summon this, discard something, take their monster, maybe synchro with it. But again, the monster you have to discard has to be the same level, which, unless you're dealing with mirror matches, it's really not going to come up that much. It may come up some, but not a ton. This card could be good as maybe a one of. I don't know. It's kind of shaky in this meta, but it's definitely has a lot of practicality. The third effect has a real practicality that you could target one monster in your graveyard and this becomes that level. So maybe using this with monsters in your graveyard to help perform a single summon. Yeah, definitely a big brain card, I think, to really use this to its maximum ability. Next, Stardust Spark Dragon. Level 8 Synchro, 1 tuner plus 1 or non-tuners, generic. Once per turn during either player's turn, you target one face-up card you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So, maybe to protect one of your monsters on the field, if you really don't want it to be destroyed by battle or card effects. It's kind of a bad version of Shiranui Sun Saga because it's generic. It's not bad. Could protect some of your face-up cards, maybe something you don't want to destroy. Trying to think of how you would use this. I guess, well, if you really want to be tilty, and you can get this on the field with something like Yubel Terror Incarnate, protect Stardust Spark, you'll always have beater. Other than that, I really don't see this card being used too much in the meta. It's okay, but it's kind of like on and off. Artifact Lancia. Level 5. Level 5 Fairy. Okay, so if you didn't play the TCG, artifacts have effects where you set them in the spell trap zone, and if they get destroyed, you get to special summon them. But Lancia works a little bit different, and I'm going to explain. So, they all have this first clause. Once I read this first clause, I'm not going to read it for the rest of them. You'll know their effect. You can set this card from your hand to the spell and trap zone as a spell card. During your opponent's turn, if the set card is in the spell and trap zone, it's destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon it. During your opponent's turn, you contribute this card from your hand or face up on your field. Neither player can banish cards for the rest of the turn. This is a quick effect. So, yeah. If they destroy this, if they destroy it, you can special summon it. But its second effect is what's going to make it good. So, it acts as a Cyto Sealed Tombs. Also, your opponent cannot banish cards, period. So it's more like Chaos Hunter. And they can't banish for Tamer Elder to go into Ritual Beast play. Really good against them. Great against Shiranui because they can't use Spectral Sword in the graveyard. So this has a lot of utility. Alistair too, because they can't banish in the graveyard. So definitely a good card. Other than that, artifacts are a bit slow in general, but Lancea seems very good with its utility. So you can use this on your opponent's turn. Catch them by surprise. Really good tech. Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. A fusion summon of this card can be only done with the fusion materials listed above. So that means you can only use Cyber Dragon to summon this. You can't summon this with anything else but Cyber Dragon. Now, if I'm right, I think that well, it says Cyber Dragon monsters. So you should be able to use Proto to summon this. Yeah, you can use Proto. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What am I thinking? You just can't use King of the Swamp. But it couldn't anyway, because it said Cyber Dragon monsters, but well, no, okay. You just can't use King of the Swamp or any fusion substitute. Alright, when this card is fusion summoned, you can target its spell and traps on the field up to the number of fusion materials used for the fusion summon, destroy them. That's really good. So in other words, if you activate Cyber Style, remember, your opponent cannot chain to that because that's a skill. Then you play Poly, fusion to this, pop their back row down since it's 2 or plus. So you can fuse with all of them, wipe their back row, and then once per turn, you could send up to 2 light machines from your deck to the grave. And if you do, for each monster sent, this gains an additional attack. So, you can send up to 2 and then try and OTK your opponent through there if they don't have a monster on the field. Also, dumps Cyber Dragons into the graveyard, which will be very important as we get into this later into this video. But this is really good. Makes Cyber Dragon a lot better. DD Warrior Lady. Simple. If it's attacked or it attacks opponent's monster, you get to banish it after the calculation. Very similar to DD Saillant. Kind of disappointing. It's very late into the game. I don't think it'll have that much of a meta impact. Super Heavy Samurai Daiichi. When this card is normal or special summon, you can change its battle position. So, attack to defense. This card can attack while it's in defense. Face up defense. Select Cocytus. If this card does, apply its defense for damage calculation. Okay. If you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you change this card from face up to defense to attack. And if you do, add a Super Heavy Samurai Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, so summon it, defense, then change it back to attack mode, and add a soul to your hand. Good Stratos-like effect. Overload Fusion. Fusion summon a Dark Machine from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials from the field or graveyard. So, Chimera Tech Rampage, Chimera Tech Over. Again, really being able to use this with cards like Rampage Dragon, the ability to send monsters from the deck to the grave, fuel up your Overload Fusion. Really good. Dark Magical Circle. When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician or Spell Trap that lists Dark Magician in its name. Now, you cannot use Aya Timaeus. It does not work. I've known the TCG. It will not do that. Add it to your hand. Then place the remaining cards on the top of the deck in any order. So good to set up your following future turns. If a Dark Magician monster, including Magician of Dark Illusion, is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, banish it. Really good. So, if this doesn't get Cyclone, that's the problem. The problem is, in order for the deck to be good, it might rely on this. So, if this card's on the field and they want to banish, you banish anything as long as it's not untargetable. You can't banish Cocytus, which kind of sucks, but you can banish Palace, Purgatrio, their Alistair, so they go normal summon Alistair. Then they have to keep that in mind because you can flip it up, banish their Alistair. Really mess them up that way. And then you can also use it to banish the Malehu. Really, really good card. And you can use it on either player's turn. So if you want to use Dark Illusion on your turn, activate Dark Magic attack, chain Magician to Dark Illusion, special summon Dark Magician Grave, then banish after the resolution. Really good. You can use this on your opponent's turn when you use Navigation, summon 2 Dark Magicians, or Dark Magician, different spellcaster, then banish a card. Really good. This card may put Dark Magician more on the map, although I don't think that they will be top tier because Cosmic Cycle is too relevant right now, but they will definitely be a much better deck now that they have Dark Magical Circle. So really good card for the deck. Also, the ability to search is really good because this might limit the use of having to play multiple Magician's Rod, so then they will get the room to play this in the deck instead. The only downside is it's not a guaranteed search of Navigation, unlike Rod. Rod searches it immediately, so that's really good. Now, the card that they still need, there's 2 of them. They need a card called Eternal Soul, which will constantly bring it back, and then Apprentice Illusion Magician, which is really good. But this is definitely going to help the deck considerably. Chain Disappearance. When a monster with 1,000 or less attack is summoned, banish that monster with 1,000 or less attack. Then your opponent banishes all cards with the same naming for their deck. So, they go ahead and they summon something like Elder. You flip this up. Everything gets banished. Really, really good in that retrospect, right? So, all their Elders get banished. If they want to summon Spectral Sword, it gets banished. If they want to summon Solitaire, all their Solitaires get banished. So, really good against Shiranui and Ritual Beast. However, the downside is this isn't good against Dark Lord. It isn't good against Element Saber because most of the monsters are going to summon in 1900 more anyway. I know what you're thinking. What about Alistair? They summon that in Element Saber. Yes, but if they have Palace out, that won't work because this doesn't specify original attack. So they're going to have 1200 attack Alistair, so that's not going to work. Or higher. So that really won't work for you. Alright, Super Rares. Let's go. Thunder Dragon Duel. Now, I'm really excited for this. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summoned by banishing 1 light and 1 dark from the graveyard. So, BLS type effect. And if you notice, it has the same attack as the original Twin Thunder Dragon. So, keep that in mind. Once per turn, if a monster effect is activated in the hand. Now, this has to activate in the hand, so if they use Alistair, this will work in a damage step. I'm trying to think what else activates in the hand. Ixchel, Nastin, any of those effects. Anything from Shiranui activate in the hand. No, most of this stuff doesn't activate it. Okay. So, yeah. It gains 300 attack. So it'll go up to 31. Alright, not bad. But a good beater anyway. When this card destroys your opponent's monster by battle, you can banish 1 card from your graveyard and add 1 Thunder Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So, at 2800, it's going to destroy a considerable amount of things by battle. Let me think. So, if you activate a Thunder Dragon monster from your hand, whether that would be your Dark, your Roar, or your Hawk, it'll go up to 31. And then if it attacks, boyo, it's at 31. Now you have a consistent way to beat over their Cocytus. So they can't just Cocytus you and then expect you to synchro and then win from there from them. So now you have an inherent out to Cocytus. It's searchable, which is really nice. So at 31, you get over a lot of different things in this game, which is really good. The only downside is 0 defense, so it's easily able to run over it. Now, how many, the third effect, and it does have 1 more effect, I just see that. Okay, so the nice thing about its second effect is you banish 1 card from your graveyard. It's a little bit slow, but then add the Thunder Dragon monster. So if you banish a Thunder Dragon monster that is in your graveyard, you get that effect. Then you can add a Thunder Dragon for your deck to your hand. Now, that's really good for utility and for searchability. Now its third effect is once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards, place it on top of your bottom of your deck. So that's recovery. The only thing I don't like is that would require this thing to be on the field during your opponent's end phase, which is slow. I wish it was your end phase. However, you can bring this thing back as long as you properly summon first via your Thunder Dragon 100 Thunders. So that will come back in defense, and then you'll be able to get its effect, which is really good. So you can put back your Hawk, and it can go on the bottom of your deck. So that's really good. So prevent deck out. And also, just to make sure if you don't want to draw into it necessarily, you can put that on the bottom. Also, where Duo really comes into play is if you use a skill like Baggy Sleeves and they kill it, then you could draw your Thunder Dragon that you put on the top deck of your deck with this and get that additional draw. So that can be really good. Also, one more thing. What did I want to bring up? This should be, if I'm correct, searchable with your Thunder Dragon Dark. So easily searchable. Really good. I like that for Thunder Dragon. Junk Archer. Generics. Well, not generic. Junk Synchron plus one or more non-tuners. Once per turn, target one monster you control, opponent controls. Banish it. During the end phase of this turn, return to your opponent's side field, same battle position. If you're running Junks, it's nifty. Just banish their monster. Go for OTK maybe, or just get some damage in. It's nice, but again, it targets, so it's useful in some cases, but it's not that good in perspective. But it's okay. Good, okay, Synchro. Maybe good in the Junk Control deck. Giant Rat is like Flying Kamakiri, Mystic Tomato, and all the others. If it's destroyed, you get an Earth with 1500 less. Not going to see a lot of play at all. So, Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer. You could target, okay, so this is Soul, so you can search it with the Ultra Rare. Target 1/6 Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. Equip it from your hand or side of the field to that target. Okay, so they all have that effect, the Souls. If this attacks the defense precision monster, well, the monster that you equipped it to, inflict piercing damage. So maybe on this Synchros, which we'll get into, if this card is set for the field to the grave, you can add one Super Heavy Samurai monster for your deck to your hand. It's a bit slow. It's not really that great. It could be a rare. I don't think it's really worthy of being an SR, but Krevons. When this card is targeted for attack, pay 800, negate the attack. Decent monster, nice tuner to keep you alive. Also can be useful to help build up trigger skills. So, good for psychic decks. We really need emergency teleport. Please, give Ritual Beast emergency teleport. Cyber Dragon Core. When this card is normal summon, add a Cyber Spell Trap for your deck to your hand. This is going to help Cyber Dragons immensely. Because, I'm going to get into the future of the box. It's going to be really good. If your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your GY. Special summon a Cyber Dragon for your deck. So, if they kill your core, or your core is sent to the graveyard in some way, maybe grass or whatever, then you can special summon a Cyber Dragon monster for your deck, as long as your opponent controls a monster. So its effect is based upon the original Cyber Dragon. Alright? And you can only use Cyber Dragon's core hard once per turn. So, this card could be... Oh, it also is Cyber Dragon on the field or in the grave. So that could help with your fusion summons. So, if you use core, you could summon it, search a repair plant, or, which we'll get into in about a second, this, but you could search repair plant, and that will really help you cycle through your deck, or you could search this to help with the fusion summoning. Really good. Rush Warrior. This card is really good. During damage calculation, if a warrior is synchro monster, now, that's not warrior type, that's a warrior name synchro. So, if we're talking about Junk Warrior, Lightning Warrior, stuff like that. Now, battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and it becomes double its attack. So, if your Junk Warrior attacks, you summon it Junk Synchron, use your Verger, Synchro into your Junk Warrior. Now, that becomes 4,600 attack. Woo! That's beefy. During damage calculation only. Now, its second effect makes this really good. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Synchro monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So, during the turn after, if they, the turn after, you can add your Junk Synchro back, then summon it, summon your Verger, Synchro again. Really nice. A lot of one card Synchro summoning, which is what we like here. Make your Armanis. With only Synchros, we really need a bigger extra deck, Konami. We really need like 8 to 10 card extra decks now. Come on. Alright. So next, Super Heavy Samurai Soul Peacemaker. You can target one Super Heavy Samurai. Okay, they already have that. While this card is equipped by monster effect, monsters your opponent control cannot attack monster control except the equipped monster. Okay. You contribute a monster you control equipped with this card's effect. Special summon is Super Heavy Samurai. Okay, so you tribute, you equip this. So here's a play. Summon this, get the Stig defense, back to attack mode. Search this, equip this, because you can equip it from the hand. Then tribute that and summon any Super Heavy Samurai from your deck. So that could be a play. Okay. Righty Driver. For a Synchro summon, you could substitute this for any Synchron tuner. So, Junk Synchron, Quick Draw Synchron, whatever. Drill Synchron. If this card is normal or summon, you could special summon a Lefty Driver from your hand deck or GY. Okay, so we'll go over that in a second. You can only use this Righty Driver once per turn. So let's run Lefty Driver. Where's Lefty Driver? Okay, so here's Lefty Driver. This card special summoned. You can make this card become level 3 until the end of the turn. During your main phase, except that this turn that this is sent to the grave, you can bash this and add a Righty Driver from your deck to your hand. My problem with this is this can only become level 3, and this is only 1/1. You can use an augmentation or something, or duplication, but those skills can only be used once per duel. So, in retrospective, it's not that good because they're only really able to be used with augment for once in the duel. But maybe you can throw this little engine in with an augmentation and then even get that effect once. The nice thing is this will add another one. So if it's sent to your grave, you banish it and then add another one. Just so you have another tuner. This could be nice in Thunder Dragons, actually. Because with Thunder Dragons, it's almost like Diva. It reminds me, but except this isn't a tuner. This card isn't a tuner itself. Thinking about this in Thunder Dragon. You summon this. I don't know how practical it is. I think I'd rather Diva, but I don't have Diva. But if you summon this, comes out. I'm trying to think. They could go into any of the junk stuff. You could go into Fleur. You can go into... What else? You really can't... Yes, you can. No. You really can't make Destroyer because then... Yeah, that would mess up Destroyer. It would be... Well, you could. Actually, you could. Because you summon this and then you don't change this 3. And then you leave 1, 2. And then you have your level 5 Dark. So that you could make Destroyer. And because you use 2 non-tuners, you could pop 2 cards in the field. So that can be a combo. Okay. I could see that. Maybe that's a combo going to Junk Destroyer. Yeah. So, okay. Cybernetic Cyberload Fusion. Now, this can be searched with your core. So, come on, behave. Cyberload Fusion. Fusion 1 Cyber. Fusion 1 is the monster that lists Cyber Dragon as material from the extra deck. By shuffling fusion monsters materials you control, listed onto the deck that you control or banished. Alright, so notice that it says in your possession. You can't fuse with your opponent's monsters. However, you can fuse with, it has to be monsters on the field. So, this could be good with maybe Cyber Style. The only thing is, but other monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn. It's okay, because it can be searched with this. That's the utility in this card. or with another card that I'll show you here, which we're going to go right over right now. Banish Cybernetic Overflow. Banish any amount of Cyber Triggers that have different levels from your NGY. So this will fit the banishing, so you can use that with Cybernetic Fusion. And that's a quick play, so you can use it on your opponent's turn. And then destroy the same number, it doesn't target, of cards your opponent controls. So that's really good. You can destroy multiple cards. And much like Super Team Buddy Force, if this is destroyed, you can add a Cyber Spell Trap to your hand. So if the Galaxy Cyclone it, then you chain it, pop their cards, and then add any Cyber Spell Trap. Now the only thing is, Cybernet. I think you could search, yeah, you should be able to search this with, Core. If you can, that's really good. Because then you have instant removal. So that could be actually really good and consistent. Alright. I'm down with that. Alright. Oh, Psyframe Circuit. If a Psyframe monster is a special summon to your field, now they want to synchro summon your opponent's turn, so you need this in order for this deck to synchro summon. Except during the damage tip, you can immediately add the spec resolve synchro summon one synchro monster using Psyframe monster control. At the start of the damage step, if a Psyframe monster you control battles your opponent's monster, discard one Psyframe and it gains attack equal to the monster's attack. Okay. So, you use this with these guys. Where's the other one? Yeah. Which we'll get into a little bit. Oh, and you also need this. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Alright. Zeta. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you target one special summon monster your opponent controls, banish it. But it has to be in attack mode. Oh, that stinks. Dang it. So, this doesn't do anything to Dark Lord, because they're just going to summon everything in defense mode. Nor Cositis, because it targets and it's in defense. That's not really that great. Well, it could be useful against some things. Alright. Banish both that monster and this card from the field, but return them during your next standby phase. Okay? If this card's in your graveyard, get target one side for the card in your graveyard, return this card to the extra deck, and add the target to your hand. Okay, so this recovers, you can banish your opponent's monster. Yeah, this card could be good, relatively good. Alright. Alright. Super Heavy Samurai Stealth Ninja. One machine type tuner plus one of non-machine type monsters. This can attack while it's in defense mode. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. If you have no spell trap cards in your graveyard, you can half this original attack to the end of this turn. And if you do, defense, it can attack your opponent directly. Next time this is destroyed by a card effect, it says to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. So this can be good in Super Heavy Samurai. You can keep attacking your opponent directly. And then able to use this. Yeah, they have. So that could be really good. Okay. So that's really good. And then if it's destroyed by a card effect, special summon. So your opponent is going to really have trouble getting rid of this. Drowning, Wall D, and Spear are not useful against this. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So that's really good. For Super Heavy Samurai machine plus 1 or 1 on 2. Oh, you can use this in Crystron. Oh my gosh, yes. Wow. Okay. Perfect. This can help me beat Dark Lord because they have to desire this or they can't out it. That's perfect. So you make them spend their desire on this. Actually, if you really want to be big brain, when you have Citri or Ryan, and if they desire your tuner, then you chain it, and then you could summon this. And then they can't get over it. Because, think about it, it's 2800 defense. So what that mean? That means the highest non-desire attack, well, they have Morningstar, but the highest non-Morningstar, non-desire attack monster is Teslapoka. So, Teslapoka, which is at 28, can't get over this without Ties That Bind or something, but nobody's playing that. Nastin can't get over it. Ixchel can't get over it. Beautiful! And I can stall on this thing, and then, I could synchro climb with this. So, well, we don't really run Quan, but I'm trying to think. What do I, could you make? You can't really use. Well, you could use Quarion if you use Tunomorph normal, but then you'd have to play Quan, so that would be kind of, yeah, you would have to use Quan. That would be really difficult. But never mind that. This is really good just to stall out Dark Lord. But you also have White Aura Dolphin that can accomplish that too. But this is better. This is better in my opinion, because then they just can't get over it in general. Then you don't have to worry about running out of monsters. So this could be really good if you want to throw this into Quistron. You can even throw this into Karakuri because it's all machines. So, ooh, I like that. And you can keep poking your opponent directly. That's funny. Because Quistron don't really have a lot of spell traps unless you have Impact to the grave. So, yeah, maybe I'll throw this into Quistron. We'll see. Super Heavy Samurai Ogre Shooting Joey. One machine to that. Okay, this one you can't because you need a Super Heavy Samurai. This can attack while it's in face of defense. Applies down. Okay, so they already have that. When this card is synchro summoned, while you have no spell trap cards in the grave, that's the whole goal of the deck. Destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. So it's a Yunlei for the deck. Really nice. Could be really nice just to nuke the field. It's only a level 6, so it should be pretty easy to summon. Cadicus, like I said, I'm not going to read the first half. During your opponent's turn, each time an artifact summon, draw one card, special summon. Okay, this is not going to be as useful. You need consistent ways to destroy this. This seems like a terrible version of Ancient Gear. So, I don't think this is going to be very good. And you can only control one Cadicus. They're an Exceed archetype. Artifact, Begalatok. Alright, this one, if this card's special summon, destroy up to 2 set cards you control. So this can help pop up your other artifacts. Junk Collector, quick effect. You bash this, target one normal trap, apply the trap's effect. And not good. So, can I click on this one? Oh, this is generic. Generic. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target one machine monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Ooh, I see plays. Also, this spell, if you have a spell or trap card, you cannot normal summon the monster with the name for the rest of the turn. It just attacks. Okay. So, you could synchro climb with Quistrons, but the thing is, we may not have enough room for this. You go level 5. Then you can add a 2 back, right? So this could be really useful too, because if you sync over for 5, this remains on the field. You can summon this with Citrus, remember, because it's a machine. So level 5, you add back your another tuner that's in your grave from your hand. So that gets you a 2, and then you can normal summon Citrus that you added back. Get another one, Quarion Gandrax. So, that might be useful. Again, gotta find the room for it, but I really don't see the room. That's the only problem. Super Heavy Samurai Big GGG. If you have no spell traps in graveyard, special summon is from the end, so it's like a Cyber Dragon. If this card summons, special summons monsters for the rest of the turn. Samurai. Okay, so it can be a really useful way to get things on the field. And it can help with Sacred Summons. I'm down. Endless Decay, if you have 2,000 life points or less, you can special summon this. When this card is normal, special summon becomes half of your opponent's life points. This isn't going to get very big, because we only have 4,000 life points in this game. But I guess you could use this just to get a monster on the field if you're desperate. Angel Trumpeter, level 4, tuner, normal. Okay, unexpected die target. Heroic Challenger's Sword. During either player's turn, if you control a heroic, send this for the next turn, you take no battle damage, and... Okay, so it's a Paladin's Zectron for all of them. Cannot be destroyed in battle. Okay. If this card attacks the defense mission monster, destroy that target before the end of the damage step. Okay, and they're an Exceed archetype. Flutist! You contribute this card, special summon once, Super Heavy Samurai for the end. Okay, that could be a good way to get things on the board. During either play's turn, when the card effect is activated that targets, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate and destroy it. So that could be good for protection. They remind me a lot of Bewitchents, the way this playstyle is. If this card's sent to the graveyard, Giga Gloves. If this card's sent to the graveyard, you can and you have no spell track cards, you can look at the 5 cards at the top of your deck and place them in one. So you can't use this with grass because you have a spell in the grave. When your opponent monster declares the direct attack, banish this to excavate the card. If it's a super heavy samurai, add it to your hand, and the attacking monster goes 0. And kind of gimmicky and a little bit slow. Super heavy samurai soulship wall. Target one super heavy samurai, equip this card, and it gains 1200 defense. When this card is equipped to the target of the attack. Okay, and then your monster goes 0. Defense. And that's what you're going to be attacking with. But it could be good to get a beater. Level Warrior! If there are no monsters on the field, normal summon is level 2. If you have a monster, you can special summon this to the level 4. So your opponent controls a monster. Boom, you got level 4. Lefty Driver, we already went over this. Ciphering Gear Alpha. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Yeah. Must be special summoned by a card effect. So, how are you going to summon this? Well, you're going to special summon it by its own effect. When your opponent normal special summons a monster, while you control no monsters, you can special summon both this card and one save from Dry Frame from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And if you do, add one side frame card from your deck to your hand. So, they're going to add Circuit. You need Circuit to Synchro, so this card's not really that great. And then you add Driver. Unless you have Circuit out, this deck really struggles. So, I don't think this deck's going to be met at all. Tuning Wear. This card can be treated as a level 2 monster when using Synchro Summon it. This card sent to graveyard, draw 1 card. It's not going to be meta until we get a card called Cyframe Lord Gamma and Cyframe Lord Beta. Those are the cards that would make this deck crazy. They give you nightmares and you hate life. We already went over Overflow. Telekinetic Power. When a psychic monster is destroyed by battle, by an opponent's attacking monster, target that monster, destroy it, and if you do gain life, what's equal to attack. Slow, not really that great. Heroic Retribution Sword. Target one face-up heroic. Equip this card to the target. All battle damage you take involving is also equipped to your opponent. Ha, a little swordsman, but you have to take the damage too. Destroy the monster that battles the monster. Okay, cute. Super Every... Ooh, another one. Super Every Samurai Beast Kyubi. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner Super Every Samurai, so not generic. This card can attack while defense, and if it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. And it gains 900 while you have those spell traps for each special summon monster. Whoa, that could get big. So your opponent has 2 invokes. That would gain 18. That would be at 43. Wow. 3 puts this at 52. Whoa. Holy Hannah. Okay. So you can really get beefy, and its defense is its attack. You can't wall a D or drowning that either, so you're going to have to deal with it in a different way. So, the only thing is if you econ, it's going to kind of suck, because it can be targeted. They can econ tribute, take it, attack with the defense. Okay. Driver is the monster that works with all these, so you have the special driver. Multi-threader is driver, but it only counts as driver in the hand or in the GY, so you can only use alpha with multi-threader if this is in the hand or GY, but it has an additional effect that protects all your side frame cards by discarding it. So, with many people in the TCG generally ran 1 driver and 1 multi-threader. So, driver, the advantage of driver is you can summon it from the deck. Constellar Oralisca. When this card is normal summon, it's special summon 1 in defense. Not good. Level 6. Yuck. Alright. Heroic Cherubim Warhammer. 2100 attack. When this card is you can equip that monster to this card. So it's a bigger truck droid. And it's level 6. Not good. This is Artifact Aegis. This one, if it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, or artifacts cannot be targeted or destroyed. That's not terrible, but to the end of the turn. Okay, to the end of the turn. Achilles Shield. They cannot be targeted for attacks. You can special summon 1 from the grave, but you can't special summon except artifacts. And this, oh, that's the same one. What's this do? Oh, this one targets one in your graveyard, sets it on the field. And this one, destroys the graveyard. You can special summon it. Okay, not terrible. Now, their big exceed is Durandal, which we don't have exceeds in the game. That's really good. We also don't have Sanctum. Sanctum is the card that gets the deck going really well. But we don't have that, and we don't have Moral Attack. They also have another artifact card. Give me a second. I'll find it for you guys. I forget the spell. Oh. Hold on. That's not right. That's magic. That's it. This is the one. Ignition. Thank you. Ignition is their version of Galaxy. Pops one and then sets another one from the deck. So that's really good. We don't have Ignition in the deck yet. Alright. So these two are eh. And what's this? This normal summon eh. Level 4. Gain 500. Okay. If you want to special summon a monster, you can change his melee attack. Okay. And then they gain 500. This isn't terrible. If you summon this and they special summon it, goes up to 25D. That's not bad. Heroic Champion Spartan. Once per turn, your opponent controls attack. Your target face up a heroic. Except this card just gains attack. Okay. Oh, this is attack this. It only works to the end of the battle phase. Alright. Rapid Warrior. During your main phase, you can activate this card to attack directly. And other monsters you control can either declare an attack this turn. Oh, that's gonna be tilty. I can see it now. Wood Clown. Junk Charger. This card's normal summon, and it's a heart once per turn. So it's normal summon. You could increase one level. You could, increase a junk's level by 1 or 2. Reduce it. Leonis, you could summon one in addition, maybe for exceed summoning, but we're not there yet. Super Emery Summon, prep defense. If you have any spell traps in your grave, when you take battle damage, if you have no spells and traps, you can add this to your hand, special summoning, and if you cannot be destroyed by card effects or battle. If we have a consistent way to get that in the grave, that could actually be really good. Because that's essentially a hand trap in the grave. That'll be very hard for your opponent to deal with. Okay. Ciphering Gear Epsilon. Cannot be normal summoned a set. Must be special by a card effect. And cannot be special by other ways. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a trap, this allows you to summon Driver and another monster. But this will negate the trap and destroy it. So that could be really good. The only thing is, I don't really think they're going to prompt trap activations on their own. Nobody really activates traps except for Ambush by itself. It's not really that great. Synchro Fusionist. If this card sent to the graveyard, a synchro material for a monster. You can add one spell card from your deck to your hand with Polymerization or Fusion to the deck. Okay. Miracle Fusion. What else is Fusion in this name? Dragon's Mirror doesn't. Poly, I guess. Neos Fusion. There you go. So I guess if you can use this with some kind of tuner. Well, if you could actually use this with Neos Fusion. You special summon your Cock-a-doodle-doo as a level 4. Summon this. Synchro for, I don't know. Yeah, level 6. Maybe if you summon, you special your Cock-a-doodle, then this, then you can make a level 6 or level 5, so you can go into your, what's a good level 6 to go into? Bryonic. Yeah, this could be an OTK. You summon this to, with your level 4, Cock-a-doodle-doo, Synchro, Bryo, search Neos Fusion, activate Neos Fusion, and then go for lethal. Oh yeah, that could be an OTK. Oh, interesting. We'll have to make a deck around it. Super Every Samurai Fist. Whoa, that's a lot of text. If your opponent super heavy samurai battle destroy the opponent's monster by battle this battle phase, you can synchro one synchro monster using the heroes you control to close the card. Okay, so Christian unlike effect. If you have no spell track cards in your graveyard, you can target one super heavy synchro monster you control, reduce level by one special summon it. And then you can't summon any of the other monsters but Super Heavy Samurai. Super Heavy Samurai Soul Horns. You could okay, so this is Soul, so you can search this. Target one Super Heavy Samurai control can make a second attack. That might actually be useful. While this is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card. Okay, so you can equip this from the hand, so it's a free special summon. You can only use this once per turn, so you can make him attack twice. That might actually be useful. Soul Beats. You can target one and blah, 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 blah. Each time the monster with this card would be destroyed by a card effect, not destroyed. When a defense position monster is destroyed, you can special summon that monster with attack. Meh. It's okay. It kind of, yeah, it's not really that great. I guess you could use it on opponent's monsters too, but it's not really good. Super Heavy Samurai Drum. If this card in the field is destroyed, send to the graveyard, you can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster to your graveyard, special summon it. And it's a tuner. Okay. So, I don't think this is really going to be... Well, I guess if you destroy it by battle, then you can summon one for the grave. So, kind of like a Saito Fuma with the graveyard, so... Heroic Champion, Ambush Soldier. During your standby... Ugh, I already don't like that. You contribute this special summon 2 monsters from your hand to grave heroic challenges, and once per turn, you can banish this, make all of them level 1. Yuck. I don't like this because that's too slow. When this card special summon in effect, okay, add 1 from your hand. Alright, that's way too slow. And I think that's the only one that can special summon. Science Balls. Tribute 1 psychic, return all opponents' cards to the deck, then they draw 3. Target 1 Constellar monster you control, increase level by 1 or 2. If this card's in your graveyard, you banish 1 Constellar, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. Heroic Chance, target will face up heroic, double its attack. Okay, can't attack your opponent directly. Alright. Side Frame Accelerator. Once per turn, pay 5 with your light, then target with side frame. Banish it until the next standby phase. So it's like... Okay. It's like War Legacy almost. Or, better yet, like... Oh, what's that card called? It's a Dimensional Matter Transporter. And then, if another side frame leaves the field, you can special summon 1 side frame man. Alright, so you banish this. Then you can summon at either level 2s just 2 because that's by a card effect. Okay. Alright. Heroic Advance. Well, I guess I know how you can use this. You can use this if you don't open your field spell. So, if you summon them in, you don't want to lose it. During the end phase, you play this, Psi Accelerator, and then you banish it. And then you get to bring back your driver or whatever. Okay, so that can be useful. Heroic Advance, when an heroic monster is declared for attack target and this another face-up level 4 heroic, double its attack. Okay. Then switch the attack target to it. Okay, so this is pretty decent, but here, battle transfer a bit slow. But monsters get up, you destroy battle. Alright. So what do I think? Do you invest in this box? Wait and see. I think the 2 decks that really shine out to me in this box are Chimera Tech, Cyber Dragons, and Dark Magician. They got better. Are they tier list worthy? I would say no. I'm trying to think of the card matter. I think Cyber Dragons will struggle against Element Saber Invoke. But, well, actually, if you go Rampage is going to be really good. You're going to want 2 of it. Rampage is going to be really good. Because you can just blow up your opponent's back row. And even if they melee-hoo it, they have to melee-hoo it, because otherwise you could just send multiple monsters and just wipe their field with them. And then allow you to go for another fusion play. Um, the only thing is Dark Lords are going to cause it problems because they're going to be able to get massive amounts of attack. I don't know how the deck's going to answer a Dark Lord. And Chimera Tech Overdrag won't be good because it'll negate Overtech and it won't get the boost. The only thing with this is you can only summon with Overload. Well, the deck's going to be expensive because you need 2 Ultra Rares. You can only summon... Well, you don't need 3 of each. You need about... I'd say maybe 2 of this. You really don't need 3. 2 Overload. Maybe 2 Rampage. The only thing with Overload that's going to be kind of annoying is you can only summon this, and I think Chimera Tech Overdragon because it has to be a dark. So you can't summon Twin, and you can't summon your Cyber End. I mean, that's the only problem. But the deck definitely got a lot better. Rampage Dragon is definitely really good. They also still have Cyberneck Fusion support. You can also use Cyberlow Fusion and be able to summon from the Banished Zone. So you even after you use this, you could use this. So technically, what you could do is the combo. You ready? Poly, your 3 or your 2 Cyber, what are those things called? Protos. And then summon this. Blow up their back row. Activate Cyberload. Then you get the Fusion Summon. Any one. Alright? Any one. You have to wait. No, sorry. You use Overload. Then you combo. You banish them all for Chimera Tech. So their whole back row's gone. You go into Chimera Tech. And then the only thing is your whole field gets wiped. So you lose your Chimera Tech. Or you can go into another Rampage Dragon. You don't have to go into Overdrive. Go into another Rampage Dragon. And banish 3 of them. Because you can banish any amount. So 2 Rampage Dragons is your field. Then use Cyberload Fusion. Go into... Well, you don't even have to go into another Twin. You can go into Chimera Tech Over. It'll be fine. Then you use Cyberload Fusion. Send your 2 Protos back into the deck. Summon Cyber Twin Dragon. And then OTK them. Cyber Twin, 5,600. Well, if they don't have another monster on the field, that's the only problem with that. But that might be the play. And then, if you went into Rampage Dragon, right? If you go into another Rampage Dragon, rather than an Over Dragon, then you could send lights, because they'll only be able to flip down 1, and allow Rampage Dragon to attack multiple times. This could be a really, really fun strategy. Definitely cog-worthy, so... Definitely cog-worthy. The only problem with this I see is, well, they don't really have a lot of defense. So if they get OTK'd, that's going to be their main problem. But they're good. They're much better. So definitely cog-worthy again. So I like that. As far as Dark Magician... This card makes them a lot better. And I know people are going to hate me. You're going to want 3 of it. Alright? So you're going to need 3 of this to make it optimal. The only thing is drawing 2 is going to kind of suck. You might be able to get away with 2. But definitely 2 to 3 is going to be the ideal number. And then your other techs, Lancia, Chain Disappearance. These are all techs. So is this box a skip or hit? Depends. If you don't have any of those 2 decks, I would pass. Honestly. I would pass. Because there's a lot of meta decks out there that are probably better than this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Dark Lord is still one of the best decks. And then you have, Element Saber Invoke and Blackwing, which I think are all better, and Shiranui. But they're still really good decks. They're still all cog-worthy. Am I going in? I might try to do deals just to get the SRs. Maybe get a few OURs. I would love to get 2 Dark Magic Circle, but, other than that, is this box that good? I would say no. I don't think it's the best box. Wait for others to see reviews. I'm not overly impressed, but there are some good cards in this box. Gotta remember this is the main box, so you gotta consider if it's really worth you investing into this box. Alright? But really cool cards. Lancea is really good because you can use it for the hand. Cyber Dragon's much better, but remember you have to have the investment and already in Cyber Dragons. And then Dark Magicians get a huge burst from Circle. So, this is it. Tilt Matre on the revisions.